Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a brand new series that I'm so pumped for. A series that I've been wanting to do since last year, the beginning of last year in 2021, and I never got around to doing it, and I want to do it. I'm sick of putting it off, and finally I'll be listening to the music of not only Destiny's Child, but also the one and only Beyonce. And not only will I be doing Destiny's Child and Beyonce, but if you guys really want me to, once I'm done Beyonce, I will also do Kelly Rowland as well. But that's a couple months into the future, so we'll worry about that once we have to cross that bridge. Destiny's Child was an American girl group whose final and best known lineup comprised of Beyonce Knowles, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams. The group began their musical career as Girls' Time, which is something I didn't know, and Girls' Time was formed in 1990 in Houston, Texas. After years of limited success, the quartet comprising Knowles Rowland, Latavia Robertson, and Latoya Luckett were signed in 1997 to Columbia Records as Destiny's Child. In 1996, they changed their name to Destiny's Child. Group members have claimed that the name was taken from a passage in the Bible. We got the word destiny out of the Bible, but we couldn't trademark the name, so we added child, which is like a rebirth of destiny. The word destiny was stated to have been chosen from the book of Isaiah by Tina Knowles. Now, Tina Knowles is, of course, the mother of Beyonce, and also Beyonce's sister, Solange. Beyonce's father is Matthew Knowles, who was the manager of Destiny's Child. Despite critical and commercial success, the group was plagued by internal conflict and legal turmoil, as Robertson and Luckett attempted to split from the group's manager, Matthew Knowles, citing favoritism of Beyonce and Kelly. In early 2000, both Robertson and Luckett were replaced by Michelle Williams and Farrah Franklin. However, Franklin quit after 5 months, leaving the group as a trio. Destiny's Child has sold more than 60 million records worldwide. Billboard ranked the group as one of the greatest musical trios of all time, the 9th most successful artist/band of the 2000s, and placed the group 68th in its all-time Hot 100 Artists list in 2008. And in December of 2016, the magazine ranked them as the 90th most successful dance club artist of all time. Now, I'm going back to where it all started for Destiny's Child back in 1998 with their self-titled debut album. And there are 17 tracks on the album for a total of 1 hour and 18 minutes, and I don't recall hearing any of these songs before. But anyway, let's get into it with track 1, Second Nature. Second Nature. That was track 1, Second Nature. Wow, so smooth and sultry and soulful. I wasn't expecting them to open the album with this song, and I liked it. I liked the vibe. And I don't know, I liked it. And I think my favorite part of the song were the overall harmonies from the four girls. Why does our love always seem so very hard? It's such a struggle to win the reward because we're playing with the wrong cards. But I think I've got the win in hand. There's something different about you, babe, that tells me I can. I say it's easy for the things I do, never a question, always a pleasure too. Love you, love you, love you, baby, I won't say no. The love that you give is so, I'm hooked and I can't let go of this love. It's so natural. I also liked the overall composition of the track. It was very loving and romantic and sultry, and I enjoyed myself. But anyway, let's move on to track 2, No No No, part 2, featuring Wyclef Jean.
This is the remix. The Jeeps pump this new remix. This is the remix. Remix. This is the remix. Refuge. Every project.
I know you want me, I can see it in your eyes. But you keep on fronting what you feel on your mind. All here for you. Oh, yeah. When it's right, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Don't say no, 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 no. If you keep acting this way, you're gonna lose my love. I ain't got no time to play, better hurry up. Get your act together, 'cause you run out of time. Yeah, 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 yeah. You pretend as if you don't want me.
Shorty, you guaranteed to be hypnotized by the remix that Wyclef provide. No Limit Soldiers, it went from a dream to the young supreme singing girl. Why you fucking when you know you
That was track 2, No 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 No, part 2, and this is another hot song on the album, and I think it's catchy as hell. I do vaguely recall hearing this song before, and it's catchy as hell, like the overall production. Wyclef Jean was great also, and I would definitely listen to this track again. You'll be saying, no, 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 when it's really, yeah, 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 yeah. Boy, I know you want me. I can see it in your eyes, but you keep on affronting. Won't you say what's on your mind? Cause each and every time you read me, you give me signs. But when I ask you what's the deal, you hold it all inside. If you want to be with me, you gotta keep it real. And then she goes on to say, every time I see you with your boys, you pretend as if you don't want me. When you get home, you call me on the phone and tell me how much you care. Close your eyes, shorty, you're guaranteed to be hypnotized. So lyrically, they really aren't bringing anything new to the table. I mean, they do sing about typical R&B and pop tropes. They really do. I mean, we've heard things like this before in many R&B songs before, but I still love the song, and I think it's a great single, and I do think this was selected as the lead single from the album. And this song actually didn't do bad when it comes to the charts. It charted in many countries around the world, and it made it to number 3 on the US Billboard Hot 100, so it almost snagged that number 1 spot. The commercial success of the song failed to translate into high album sales for the group. Destiny's Child first album struggled to chart strongly on any chart and was barely certified in the United States, mainly thanks to the subsequent momentum of their second studio album, The Writings on the Wall. You know what? We are 2 tracks into the album, and I am enjoying myself. I like the overall vibe of these songs. I like their harmonies, and I think these are solid R&B tracks, very soulful, and I'm having a good time. Anyway, let's move on to track 3, With Me, part 1. That was track 3 with Me Part 1, and I thought this was another solid track. I enjoyed the overall production, and I liked the melody. I wonder if this was selected as a single. I would listen to this track again, and I wasn't expecting to like this album as much as I am. Now, this was selected as the second single from the album. According to the group, With Me was meant to be an answer back to Usher's song, You Make Me Wanna. Oh, okay. Oh god, Usher, that's another artist I need to listen to on my channel. It's a very classic sounding R&B song, and once again, they aren't bringing anything new to the table when it comes to the songwriting. This is where you need to be. Do you ever wonder when he don't come home, who he goes to see, and why in the middle of the night he leaves you alone, he's with me? Cause I know what you didn't do to make him stay. See, a bad performing, unfulfilling woman drives a man away. The shade. Do you ever wonder don't come home, who he goes to see? Leaves you alone, he's with me. He ain't with you, he's with me. Girl, you are not doing your job properly. You do not know how to love a man. If you knew how to love a man, he'd be with you. But instead, he's with me. And while you're waiting, thinking everything is gonna be okay, I got him right here with me. Anyway, let's move on to track 4, Tell Me. That was track 4, Tell Me, and I really enjoyed Beyonce's vocals on this track and the harmonies from the other girls. And you could tell, I mean, just from listening to their voices, you could tell that they're invested in this material. They don't sound bored or uninterested. Tell me if you don't love me anymore. Just tell me if you don't care about me anymore. Just tell me if you don't want to. Just tell me. I thought this was a nice ballad. I like the vibe of the song, just like the other 3 tracks I listened to. It kind of drags on though, and I don't know if I would listen to the song again. It kind of gets a bit boring towards the end. Anyway, let's move on to track 5, Abridges.
There's a place where you can go, lay your head down comfortable, sit back, don't run away, have no shame, there's no wrong, there's no wrong. If the road you choose don't work out for you, be the bridge you can use to bridge. I will pick you up over mountains. You were young and flying high. Let me take you all away, and I would be your rainbow. I'll be your breeze. You can use whenever you used to. Mountains high, mountains high. Whenever you need to.
That was track 5, Bridges, and this is a solid R&B song. I like particularly the horns and the harmonies. I probably wouldn't listen to the song again. I didn't find it the most memorable. I didn't really care for the melody or the chorus. I like the overall production and instrumental, but that's about it. I'll be the bridge you can use to whenever you need to, and I will pick you up over mountains high. Together we'll walk over the bridge. There's a place where you can go, lay your head down comfortable, and it's always there for sure. It's a nice song lyrically, but there really isn't anything special about it. So let's move on to track 6, No No No, part 1.
You say no, 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 no. When it's really yes, 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 yes. Boy, I know you want me, I can see it in your eyes. If you wanna be with me, you gotta keep it real. Just as much as I want you to come and get my love, it's all here for you. You say no, 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 no.
That was track 6, No No No, part 1, and this is essentially the same song as track 2, No No No, part 2, with the exception of Wyclef Jean, who is not included on this track, and it's the more slowed down version. Whereas track 2, No No No, part 2, it's more upbeat, and that's the version I prefer more. I don't really care for the slowed down version, part 1. It's good, but I would definitely, going forward, listen to part 2 over part 1. Part 2 just has that extra oomph that I like. So let's move on to another sequel, With Me, part 2. Now this version is featuring Master P.
Be with me. So how did it destiny. Destiny. You want
Is he sick?
Do you ever wonder when he don't come home for you to see? Oh, no, you wanna stick around and I believe in what you see. Do you ever wonder when he don't come home for you to see?
I hate that so much.
I wanna call you so bad, don't tell you what you put. Far as I know, he's in good hands. He's right here with me.
right here if you body, master says destiny could get right. You hear me?
Yeah.
I can tell a real
I don't like this.
If you wanna be with me,
If you wanna be with me.
if you wanna be with me.
That was track 7, With Me, part 2, featuring Master P. And unlike No No No, where I liked part 2 over part 1, I definitely prefer part 1 over part 2 of With Me. I didn't like Master P on this track. I didn't like his Frankenstein moments. It was overall just hard on the ears. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I really didn't like this track. I definitely prefer part 1 over part 2. Anyway, let's move on to track 8, Show Me the Way.
I wanna know if I could get to know you. Can I be all you need? Can I be all you need? The time is now. Time is now. Just show me. Night and every day I'm thinking of
That was track 8, Show Me the Way, and I couldn't wait for this song to be over. I thought it was quite boring. It just kept going on and on and on. 4 minutes felt like 8 minutes, honestly. I think the most interesting part of this song were the synthesizers, and that's about it. It was quite boring. It's a very basic sounding R&B song. It's not memorable, and it was a bit of a slog to get through. I want to know if I could get to know you. So many things, baby. I can't wait to show you. I don't know if you feel the same as I do. Give me a sign, baby. Show me what to do. Can I be all you need? You're everything. Blah, blah, blah. I wish there was a bit more excitement on this album, a bit more playfulness. Anyway, let's move on to track 9, Killing Time.
Sitting on the stairway, hoping that you're okay. What should I do? I don't mind the waiting for you to be true to me. I'll be sitting on the stairway, with my thumbs standing, killing time, babe. What should I do? Inside your mirror, I hope that you see clearer. I got your back, baby. The love I have unsafe me. I'll be sitting on the stairway, with my thumbs and waiting time. I'll be sitting here waiting time. I see you. Oh baby, when you come back down, no matter what you're going through, I'll be there, waiting on you. What should I do? Heal the time. What should I do? Oh baby, what should I do? What should I do? Looking at my watch, killing time.
That was track 9, Killing Time, and I do prefer this track over the prior track, Show Me the Way. I loved Beyonce's vocals on this track, Killing Time. I thought her vocals were the saving grace of this song, and I still thought it was a slog to get through, and it just kept going on, and it was also very overly dramatic. Just with the strings and the instrumental, it was a bit overdone. Sitting on a stairway, hoping that you're okay, waiting patiently for you to come back to me. What should I do? I don't mind the waiting as long as there's still maybe a possibility for you to be true to me. With nothing to do but twiddle my thumbs and think, killing time, waiting on you. Baby, what should I do? So I do like the lyrics of this track, but overall, this would not be a song I would listen to again. I just found it boring. With the exception of Beyonce's vocals, I thought her vocals were the highlight. Anyway, let's move on to track 10, Illusion.
Went from a dream to the young supreme.
For a destiny that's mine. Too many hearts along the way. Yeah. In my mind is confusion. Trapped in the world, only you can get. My mind ain't tricks on me. There really magic in the air. Open up your eyes and look around. Trapped in the world, only you can get. My mind ain't tricks on me. Again, can't be a picture in my mind. Only in my dreams I'll turn you on. Peace in my mind is confusion. Lots of you illusion.
Yo, here you are, the right love song, make it up to Luther Vandross. How I choose to live, you don't wanna know the cause. If you can fly high, I'll be your co-pilot.
Actually, go with all the razzmatazz.
Yo, I love you, sure.
I know you want me, but you play me like gelato. You see no reason, so there won't be no friction. I gotta leave. I can't be in my mind is confusion. Lots of you illusion. Trapped in the world, only you can. My friend tricks on me again.
Yes, I said.
That was track 10, Illusion. Oh my god. Okay. This is probably my favorite track on the entire album so far. It's catchy as hell, that chorus. And I like the beat. It's definitely one of the more playful and fun songs. And I don't know, I like everything about it. Honestly, this had to have been a single. It had to have been. It was the third single from the album, but it was only, I guess, a promotional single, which sucks. I mean, this is such a great bop. I don't care if I'm overreacting, but this track is infectious, and this is also a great summer bop, a summertime bop, and yeah. I had fun. Went from a dream to the young supreme, searching for a destiny that's mine. There's another place, another time, touching many hearts along the way. Every day my mind is confusion, thoughts of you brings illusion. Trapped in the moment, only you get in. My mind's playing tricks on me again. I mean, that chorus is catchy as hell, dear God. I like the overall composition and the rapping, just everything. Anyway, let's move on to track 11, A Birthday.
It's your birthday, you don't have to do nothing. The time has come, and it's finally here. Whatever you like, boy, it's all up to you. Listen to the melody, anything you want, my sweet. Make this day history. It's your birthday, so blow the candle, we gon' celebrate. I'm sending out invitation. All that I really wanna do is wrap you up and get in the groove. Every mood is right now, and you have to fantasize. If you can't decide, oh, just give me all your mind. A present that you like. It's your birthday, baby, blow the candle, we gon' celebrate. You don't have to do nothing. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. You don't have to do nothing. We gon' celebrate. It's your birthday. You don't have to do nothing.
That was track 11, Birthday, and this is a good song that I enjoyed. I think it's one of the better songs on the album, and there's something quite sophisticated about this track when it comes to their vocals and the melodies and their harmonies also, and just the overall instrumental, the strings. It's your birthday, you don't have to do nothing, the time has come, it's finally here. Have a candlelight dinner or just settle down, my dear. Whatever you like, boy, it's all up to you. This is so romantic. Valentine's Day is coming up, by the way, very soon. It's Valentine's Day weekend, and obviously they're singing about your birthday, a birthday, but this could apply to any romantic setting. Pulling out the candles and having a candlelit dinner. I don't think I've ever had a candlelit dinner. Anything you want, my sweet, just ask me. It's the day for us to share, so leave your problems up to me. It's right here in me, and make this day history. It's your birthday, we could spend time together. I would listen to this song again. I guess my only complaint, though, is it's quite long. I don't get why some of these tracks have to be so long. This one was over 5 minutes. They could have easily shaved off a good minute. It just kind of kept going on and on and on, so I kind of wish it was just over 4 minutes instead of just over 5 minutes. So let's move on to track 12, Sail On.
Slow down the line, half a month so maybe one you my heart. Would you please just go away? I found a way to lose good time.
That was track 12, Sail On, and this is another wonderful track on the album. I like the overall production of the track, the instrumental, and I can't really explain it. I don't know. I liked the feeling of the song. I liked the emotion. I like the melody. Sail on down the line, about a half a mile or so, and I don't really want to know where you're going. I gave all my money and my time, I know. I know it's a shame, but I'm giving you back your name. Guess I'll be on my way. I won't be back to say. I guess I'll move along. I'm looking for a good time. Sail on down the line. Ain't it funny how the time can go? Sail on, honey. Good times never felt so good. I love the lyrics of this track. And it was written by Lionel Richie, so I'm curious to know if this was a cover. Sail On is a song from Lionel Richie's 1979 album, Midnight Magic. I've never heard this song before. I've never heard Lionel Richie's version, and I might have to now. This is gorgeous, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. But let's move on to track 13, My Time Has Come, dedicated to Andretta Tillman.
It's too far, it's too fast, isn't that right? But it's not wrong. But I've come much too far, and I know what I feel has come. It's okay, be afraid. Turn it in to your strength, and I know what's in my heart. My time has come. Touch the sky above. Can be done. My time has come. Oh, what's in my heart? And I know what I feel. My time has come, and I know what's in my heart. My time has come. I know that I just gotta keep moving on, 'cause I know I can feel it. My time has come. I know that I just gotta keep moving on. I can feel it. My time has come.
That was track 13, My Time Has Come, dedicated to Andretta Tillman. And this was a beautiful track. And I like the message of the lyrics. And Beyonce's vocals were great. I like the harmonies from the other girls also. And I mean, obviously Beyonce is in the forefront of most of these songs vocally. There's actually a book, The Andretta Tillman Story, The Making of a Child of Destiny. It still doesn't explain who she is though. And this time, I know it's real. My time has come. It's so close. It's been a long time coming. It's here and now. And I know it'll last. It's so right. That can't be wrong. Now is the time for me to be strong. Now I've come much too far. And I know what's in my heart. And I know what I feel. This time, I know it's real. My time has come. I don't know if I would listen to this track again. I liked it, but it's not really a song I would listen to all the time. But I can appreciate the sentimentality behind the vocals and the overall lyrics and composition. Anyway, let's move on to track 14, Know That. was track 14, Know That, and this is a solid track on the album. It's a nice R&B song. It didn't really do anything for me. I like the do part. Do. I like how you and me, when we hang out, we're so happy. I never want it to end. I know that we'll always be down and be together because that's how I want it to be. Anytime you're feeling down, I will always be around, blah, blah, blah. I don't think this song is very interesting, and I really don't have a lot to say about it. So let's move on to track 15, You're the Only One. That was track 15, You're the Only One, and this was incredibly basic, and there's nothing memorable about it. It's just your standard, basic sounding R&B song that we've heard many times before from other R&B artists. It doesn't really add anything new, and it's just kind of same old, same old. You're the only one, I think about you all the time. Every day and night, I can't seem to get you off my mind. These lyrics are so basic. You're the only one I'm thinking of, blah, blah, blah. I don't care, let's move on to... I don't mean to sound mean, but honestly, like, these couple tracks here don't do anything for me. Anyway, we have made it to the end of the album, track 17, Doobie Illusions. That was track 17, Doobie or Doobie Illusions, I don't know, but it's a 7-minute long dance track with a nice beat. Got my body moving, but lyrically, it's just Beyonce going, whoa, 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 Destiny's Child, Illusions. It does seem kind of pointless in a way. So that was all 17 tracks of Destiny's Child, their debut album from 1998, and I actually enjoyed this album, parts of it. I think there are some solid, strong R&B tracks on here. I think one of the highlights of this album are the overall harmonies from the four girls, and also Beyonce's lead vocals, which, let's be real, Beyonce does most of the singing on a lot of these tracks, and the girls are just kind of in the background, providing the harmonies. There were other times where some of the other girls were given moments in the spotlight with solo vocals, but I can't really differentiate them yet. I can only recognize Beyonce's vocals. My favorite tracks on the album are tracks 2 and 3, No 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 Part 2, With Me Part 1. I also liked Illusion, yes, that's probably my favorite track on the entire album. And Birthday, I liked Sail On. My Time Has Come was very nice to listen to. And that's about it. This album doesn't really bring a lot of new things to the table when it comes to R&B music. I mean, some of these songs are painfully lackluster and ordinary and not memorable. So for me anyway, it was a little bit of a mixed bag. I liked half of the album, but I didn't really care for the other half of the album. I also found some of these songs to be too long. Some of them were over 5 minutes, and some of these tracks were a bit of a slog to get through. I wish they would have trimmed down the length of some of these tracks. There's also lots of part 2s of tracks and remixes. There are 3 variations of No No No. No 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 part 1, part 2. There's also a No 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 remix. And there are 2 parts of With Me and the weird dance Doobie Illusions, whatever you want to call it, at the end, which was quite pointless. But you could tell that they have a lot more to give and to show us in their upcoming albums, which I'm very much excited about. I'm curious to see how they grow and change through their next 3 albums. I liked the overall vibe of this album. I liked the energy. Very soulful, and I like the instrumental on quite a few of these tracks, the trumpets, the horns, and the strings, the piano. So it was nice. I just wish this album was a bit more exciting and playful. I'm hoping down the line they bring more of their personality into their songs. And it also looks like I listened to a deluxe edition of this album, because the standard edition of this album ends with track 13, My Time Has Come. And the other tracks are from international editions and European reissue editions. So what did you guys think of the album, and what are your impressions of it? What did you think of Destiny's Child when they first burst onto the scene? Maybe you were an early fan of theirs, and you loved them since their very first album, even before they put out The Writings on the Wall and Survivor. And speaking of their next albums, in my next Destiny's Child video, we will move on to The Writings on the Wall from 1999. So look out for that video next time, and thanks for watching, guys. You can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Instagram, you can message me, you can say, hey, how are you? And I'll see you next time. Take care.